Welcome to the Nostalgia Test Podcast, the show where two longtime friends put their mainstream pop culture past to the ultimate test, the Nostalgia Test. Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nostalgia Test Podcast. I'm Dan Dissinger here in LA, and I'm here with my good friend and co-host Manny Coelho there in New York. Manny, what's up?
What's up? What up? How's it going? How's it going today, Dan? Special episode up in here.
I'm excited because today we have an amazing episode and our first guest ever, Jess Stanisic, our friend from New York. Jess Stanisic is here to talk about nostalgia, and we're excited. Jess, thank you so much for coming on, being the first guest on the Nostalgia Test Podcast.
You're very welcome. Hello, everybody. It's nice to be here.
Awesome. And, you know, and we've been friends
Dan,
for a while.
do you feel a little pressure? Dan, do you feel a little pressure? We got two East Coasters going against a little
That's
LA.
right.
Do you know what I realized, though?
You feel like you're on fire?
Oh, hilarious. Hilarious.
Oh, no.
Get a little hot in LA?
No, it was actually really nice today. It was like maybe in the
Except for the orange skies
low 80s
coming towards you.
It was like the low 80s. Sun was out. Nice time in Hollywood today.
I guess you're too far south to be feeling the heat.
Yeah, we definitely are. Prayers to everyone up there dealing with these fires because it's not good. All the way up to Washington State. All our listeners up there.
Definitely.
Yeah, all of them. I'm sure they're taking the time to stop and listen right now.
Oh, hell yeah. You know, Manny and I, we've been friends with Jess for a long time, and this is going to be real fun, and we're happy you're here. This is going to be great.
Long time. I'm glad we chose this topic for Jess because a lot of my R&B and hip hop memories come from Jess. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And like, there's a song in here that reminds me of partying at Jess's house.
Oh,
You know?
I can't wait to hear which one.
Like, you're not going to know which one. All right.
I think I know which one.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's the thing I think about this. Like, we're starting to have guests on the pod, and it's going to be, you know, our friends and stuff, and just thinking about all the stuff that, you know, parties and just hanging out, and how, you know, a lot of the music and stuff that we've, you know, listened to in our movies and things that we've watched are going to end up on this podcast. So I'm looking forward to hearing like some other, you know, opinions from everybody. But it's good to see.
We kind of skipped over it, Dan. We blew the lead on it. Our episode today is.
Oh, shit. Our episode today is the 1995 Video Music Award nominees for Best R&B Video. So this is going to be, to me, an amazing topic. I'm looking forward to it. I've been watching these videos and listening to these songs and just enjoying the hell out of them. You know, it's just been great.
Well, I'm going to say I'm really glad it was videos. Also, I mean, obviously the music itself I could listen to.
Yes.
But I like the fact that it was videos because we got to go watch it. I have to admit, like right now, and I don't know if you guys still do watch music videos. Like it's maybe I was discussing it with somebody. I'm not sure it's because I'm like old and I'm just like, and there's so much product out there now that you kind of just like look up videos if you want, or if you heard like, oh, this video came out, it's crazy. But back then, we used to just come home and watch like TRL, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah, that was what it's called.
Total Request Live with Carson Daly.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like, what are they called? ZJs or VJs?
VJs.
No, ZJs are something if you don't know what it is, you can't afford it from Super Troopers. But yeah. So I just remember like that was our childhood. Was like you came home and music videos. Like some of them told stories, some of them were just really cool to watch, and I was really excited to judge this on the visual aspect. I mean, obviously the music aspect to it, but just to like remember what it was like to go be in the 90s and like how like they put a lot into music videos.
Dude,
a lot of money too.
A lot of what?
A lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money. But I mean, one thing I was realizing was a lot of money, but it was toned down somehow. Where I was like, I could see myself being in that space. It wasn't like insane. You
I
know,
don't know.
where like
There's one I thought was crazy.
oh
I
well,
could see myself being in a few of those videos.
A few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just watching one before the podcast, and I was just like, "This looks like a good time." And I was like, I could see myself, you know, at the spot, and instead of like, you know, now everyone's like a billionaire, or you know, in some plane that I will never afford.
That's true.
You know, and
I liked
you know,
it. It made me feel good. It brought back good memories. Every single one of them,
The
Right?
except
dance.
for the one I didn't know.
Yeah. I would say let's get into
Yeah.
it. Talk about that because I don't think any of us, like Jess, you're talking about Jade.
Yes.
Correct?
Oh yeah. I'm talking about Jade. I
Do
did
you
not
know-
know this song.
Do you know the song that they were really known for? Like in I think Dan said it to me in '92. Dan's got some facts, I'm sure.
So okay, so I got facts, but I also had to look. I had to find out about Jade, and the video that they were nominated for in 1995 was 5432 Yo Time's Up, and after watching it a few times, I was just like, I know, isn't that the great? It's great. I was just like, I liked
it. I liked that line.
You liked it, Jess?
No, I like that lyric.
Oh, okay.
But the song was a jam.
Yeah, go ahead.
It totally was. I liked the song itself. It was really fun, but I'd say like I had to go right to the source of this of 90s R&B and hip hop for me, which was my sister. Shout out to my sister Joe. And I was like, did you listen to Jade and this song? And she's like, hell yeah, I totally listened to Jade. But never, not this song so much. But there was another song that she listened to that they were more known for. But she also listened to a group called SWV, Sisters with Voices. And I was just listening to that as well. And I was like, oh man, you know, all these groups are just so awesome. And, but yeah, Jade, this video was.
Oh, Jade's song that Don't Walk Away.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
remember that.
Don't walk, right?
Yeah,
So,
that was more popular than this song.
So this, I feel like Dan and Jess, that this actually this is probably their end of their career. Because they Don't Walk Away was like 92. Right. I gotta say, because I don't remember this at all. When you gave me the list, I was like, Jade, the hell is Jade? And then I was like, all right, I'll check this out. I'll admit, didn't like it at first. What do you think?
I didn't really know what was going on in that video. Like, honestly, I don't have a lot to say about it.
Well, yeah, it's such a weird video, but it reminded me of so many things. But first, I just want to say a little bit about Jade, the group, right?
Here we go.
The facts. The group Jade was originally composed of Joy Marshall, Angela Slates, and Deborah Mitchell, and as such was first known as, I guess, Jade or Jad or JAD. Producer of Basil Ben Ford sold the song I Wanna Love You before Marshall Slate's and Mitchell's voices were recorded on the song. In order to keep the song on the soundtrack for the 1992 Kid and Play comedy class act, Ben Ford had to reproduce the song with the actual voices of the group members. When they could not be accomplished, he implored the record label to drop Slates and Mitchell from the group and replace them with Dee Reed and Tonya Kelly, who would have voices on the song and who were signed to his production company. There's a lot of things going on with this group, and it seems like
this group was set up to fail.
You know, and that's the thing I feel like, you know, with these groups, and especially a group like Jade, where, you know, the music industry just pretty much probably took advantage of them and took advantage of like what they could accomplish, because their voices were amazing. The song was fun. You know, it peaked at number 72 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 23 on Billboard's Rhythmic Top 40 chart, and number 17 on Billboard's Hot Dance Music Maxi Singles Sales chart, and number 13 on Billboard's R&B chart, staying on the chart for 20 weeks in 1994. So, I mean, the song was popular, you know.
How did I never hear this song?
I know.
This video.
I don't know.
Seriously.
I don't know.
Crazy
thing. I was like, how is this video like escaped my mind altogether? First of all, I have to admit that the song is definitely more of a jam than the video. The video, you're like
confusing. It left me feeling confused.
Yeah, they wanted an excuse to get the group together, which was in the 90s. It was like any groups, they were like, all right, we're gonna have them dance, and like all of a sudden there's like, what is it called, dance mob,
or like a line of people dancing. They were all like dancing together in a line. Like that was weird.
There had a lot of line dancing in the 90s. It seemed like a lot of dancing in lines.
Yes.
They're in a carnival. They're in
Well,
a carnival.
it opens in one of the most stereotypical ways from like late 80s and early 90s videos coming out of a building, like a movie theater or someone's house onto the street. Like Janet Jackson had like videos where she was like come out of her house onto the street and some dude tries to like, accost her and some verbally or like in something. And then she's like, and then the song, pretty much ends up being like, these guys ain't shit. And then they just kind of like sing about it and then dance. And that's exactly what this song did. And I was just like, oh, I at first I was in because of that. I was like, they got me. Like they got me. And they're on Hollywood Boulevard. I mean, all this stuff I can, see all the time. I'm like, oh, they're in my neighborhood. But then it just kind of, a lot of weird things.
Jess, what did you think about the dances? The dance moves.
I mean, I didn't think the dances were terrible. It was but it was dated. It's dated. People don't dance like that anymore. We're watching it right now, but
first of all, let's just.
It's all right.
And they're just going.
It's all right. It left me feeling confused. The whole why were they at the movies? Why are they at the fair? Why are they dancing on a roof? Why are there abs? Why do they keep showing abs?
Abs all day.
Why did they show a guy getting a ticket? That's what, like,
I don't know.
In a Porsche.
The thing that the guy was like times up for, some dude's running down the street. I'm like, oh man, something's happening. He misses the bus. I'm like, all right, well, what are the things?
He missed the bus. That's it. That was the end of his story.
He just missed the bus and then he was gone.
Time's up.
Time's up. I missed the bus. And then I'm like, all right. And then dancing on the roof. And I was like, yeah.
I mean, this whole song is just chorus. Like, you don't really know what's going on. I mean, I think it's just like the guy's taking too long to commit, and his time's up. This is where that's how it leaves me feeling. But the video has no storyline. There's nothing going on. It's just them dancing and singing, which they're having a good time, and
yeah.
All right. To me, it didn't deserve a nomination for that.
I agree.
No way, man.
I totally agree.
So many other good videos were out at that time.
I don't know what other 1995.
What about Mariah Carey's Fantasy? I think it came out
was
better than this.
Did that come out 90? Oh, I
think so.
Let's see.
I think so.
We'd have to look up to see if that was.
I'm looking it up right now.
I was like, this is what they had to go against. This is the top 5, okay, on MTV. I mean,
Mariah Carey.
Like it was shot with a home camcorder.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I understand we're watching this on YouTube and stuff like that, but like out of all the ones we watched, this was the least quality that I've seen. It was like VHS got copied over like your mom's soaps.
Yeah.
It
was low budget. It was definitely low budget.
Yeah. And, Fantasy came out in 1995.
It did.
Yeah, on the album Daydream.
I remember that video. That video was awesome compared to this. So.
But see, it might have come out. There's like a cutoff, maybe. Yeah.
It came out too late, probably.
Yeah, but but still, like.
Do you remember that commercial when they're like, "I'm coming out" and had the belly button singing? I want the world to know that. All right, whatever. There was a commercial. I don't know what it was about, but it had a bunch of girls' belly buttons who were singing that song, and that's what this video basically is.
There was a lot of belly buttons.
Here's my belly button. Here's my Indian Audi belly button.
Yeah,
and really like
the belly button.
Abs.
I'm waiting for the belly button to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm coming out.
But you know what the funny thing is, like the fashion in the 90s, especially on this video, is like they wore like, I guess tube tops or whatever, I don't know what this is, right? But baggy crop tops, and then baggy pants.
Oh, baggy, yeah.
That's back now. People are doing that now.
I like the baggy pants.
I like it too.
I like that.
I like the baggy pants. I don't like the baggy jeans. They make me feel weird.
What?
But you're not wearing them.
No, I'm saying if
Tell
I
him,
wear
Jess.
baggy jeans.
Tell him, Jess.
The other day, I put on a pair of jeans that are not so slim, and they're just like bigger. And I was like, I feel like I'm wearing a pair of Jncos. Like they're like,
what's wrong with that?
You should a lot of cloth. Okay, there's a lot of weight being carried on the baggy. Okay,
those pants are coming back, guaranteed. Those pants are coming back. You should have kept them.
I'm waiting for that.
Mm-hmm.
The Jncos.
I'm waiting for the Jncos to come back. I'm waiting for rocket jeans to come back. I'm waiting for that pipeline, that like larger pipe leg jean to come back. I love it.
I agree, Jess. That's probably on it, the next fashion.
You should start wearing them at your job. Start bringing them back.
Just bring them back.
Yeah, dude.
Bring back the Jncos.
Something while I'm trying to brew, and I'm gonna fall
with the most insane back pocket ever. Those jeans, anything you put in the back pocket of Jnco, like they get lost. It's gone. It's just like, how are you supposed to get anything out of there? That's why you had a chain wallet.
I need any more deeper pockets? Nah. I don't.
No.
I'll lose everything in there.
You need a bag.
All right. Let's move on to the next one because I think we've been on Jade way too long. Okay, I'm sorry.
Agreed. It didn't deserve that much time.
It did not deserve this much time. It's not that great a video. It is a good jam.
It did look like they were filming it like guerrilla style though. Like they didn't get a permit and they would dance like walking on the street.
Yes.
Some guy was across the street.
I thought that.
Spying on them.
Low budget all over it.
Yeah.
Although they did spend a lot of money on the crane in the beginning when it shows the movie.
That crane shot.
One crane shot.
Cat Daddy.
Oh, there the movie. What was it? The movie that's amazing. I was like, what? Like, what is that?
Cat Daddy, and they're talking about it too.
Yeah, but that's what they did.
I'm gonna already give my vote on this one.
Oh, here we go.
It is not nostalgic because I knew nothing about it, and the song, it doesn't even stand a chance to survive right now. Even with music videos now, this is so outdated. It's not even good. It's not even something I'll watch again.
So it doesn't even. It's not even nostalgic at all.
And nostalgic to make fun of it, maybe.
The clothing is nostalgic to me, and the dancing.
So Manny's giving it. Okay, yeah. I see. That's what I feel like. I watch it, and I'm like, that is a '90s video. Like that is strictly one of the most '90s videos. Well, I think there is a '90s video in here that's way more '90s than this video, but I think like this video is just I'm saying that this video is nostalgic because it does remind me of like the Janet Jackson, like some of those Janet Jackson videos that like, a group of girls like on the street, telling guys what's up, that there ain't shit, and then dudes having to deal with that. I like that. It's not a great video, but I'm not going to say it's a bad video because I think there were way worse videos than this.
Okay. I disagree. I think it's just bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I
understand the group shot.
Wow.
I understand the group dancing. Yeah. But I think especially out of like, I agree with Jess. Like this shouldn't even been nominated.
No.
Like I'm sure we can go deep in the.
It's not in the same league as some of the other videos that we're about to talk about. It's not in the same league.
You're right. It's not in the same league as.
But it is nostalgic, I think.
Okay. I mean, so it doesn't pass the test, which is truly.
But it doesn't pass the test.
So it's not good.
No, it's not good.
So it's still not good. But are you saying it's nostalgic? Like you're agreeing with me that it's nostalgic of the '90s. Right. And Manny's just saying it's like Three Musketeers bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. I wouldn't watch this again. There's so many other ones that I could watch that are nostalgic.
Okay.
More nostalgic than this and would pass the test. So we're moving on. I'm going to move on.
Poor Jade. But like
Three Musketeers.
I think everyone should listen to Jade though. You should dig into the Jade discography.
Review that video if you want to. But anyways, next one.
Oh, here we go. Manny.
Boyz II Men. Yeah. Don't let the water run dry. Yes. I remember
this video is crazy.
Video was crazy because I always remembered they were on the desert, letting the water get dry. And it was just a lot of awesome aerial shots. But the funny thing about it is that that's all it is.
Listen, the biggest mistake of their lives was spending all the money on this video with all those drone shots. Okay? This was horrible. It was horrible.
Jess, forget about drone shots. This is before drones. This was all helicopters.
They spent a lot of money on those aerial shots. Okay.
And that Instagram crystal ball.
And again, no storyline. Don't know what's going on. Weird dancing, convulsing. I felt embarrassed.
I could not believe what I was watching when I watched this video. I was like, I love this song. But I'm sitting there going like, what is happening? First, I thought they were in the snow. Like, and I was like, wait a second, this isn't snow. Like, they wouldn't be like these actors wouldn't, also that woman, where does she come from? She's stuck in the desert.
What is she doing?
I don't
know. Just laying there naked with a satin blanket on her.
And there's like so much satin ball that just like makes things go upside down.
There's so much satin in this video.
There's a lot of satin.
Much satin and linen.
And running. They're just running in what seems to be, I guess, sandals? Like,
I don't know.
There's so much running.
This was boring, this video. The song is great. The song is amazing, really. I think if they released this song today, it would still be popular. But the video?
I think you're right. I think this song was amazing. Mm-hmm. But this video was trash.
Terrible.
This was trash. I was...
Look at that weird dancing and convulsing that he's doing.
Dude, there's so much crossover shots, like the crossfade of like the girl walking with the crystal ball, and she's just like staring at it, and he's like this.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
He does a Michael Jackson move at one point.
Yes, I just saw that.
Like,
I was actually watching this with my husband, and he said it's a waste of a video.
Oh God! Like, is this a sexy video? Like, that's what I was trying to think. No. I was sitting there, like, this is a love song in some ways and stuff, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, this video, like, I can't ever hear this song again and not think of this video and be like, the money they pumped into this video. I mean, there had to be a helicopter, right? Well, there was a helicopter in this video.
Oh, there was a helicopter because you heard it in the beginning. Do you think they had fans blowing on them, or that was the actual wind?
I think that was the wind.
That either the wind or the helicopter. I mean, that must have been atrocious to be a musician on this video shoot, because then they also have that like symphony there, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't make sense.
No, it makes zero sense.
What I'm saying is, like, it's such a good song, and it had like all the orchestras there, but they weren't playing because they were like fucking sand in my.
They're in the desert.
Sand in my instruments. Like, I just paid $2,000 for this violin, and I got to bring it out to the freaking desert because Boyz II Men wants to do a glory shot. No. Like,
listen, nobody out there at the time, I think, was even saying like, "Yo, you got to watch this Boyz II Men video."
This video, I would watch it and be like, wait, what happened to Boyz II Men? Like, I would have to, man. That's what makes me upset. I love Boyz II Men, and watching this video made me sad. It made me sad.
Embarrassed.
Do you think they were trying to compete with like the boy bands that were coming out around that
1995?
No, that was them. That was their time.
1995. I don't know who was at that point.
Probably like 112 or like like all those.
New Edition.
Yeah.
112. Brian McKnight. Belle Biv DeVoe. Blackstreet. Yeah, you had a ton of amazing acts that they were like going up against, but I mean, I don't think that this was this video. I don't know what to think of it.
It's just not good.
No, it's also okay. So Water Runs Dry is a 1995 single. No, by Boyz II Men for the Motown label, written and produced by Babyface. So that's the thing. You knew Babyface was in this video. You didn't have to see his face. He was in it when you saw the guitar being played. I was like, that's Babyface. Like, he's in the video. The single, the fourth release from the album 2, reached number 2 in the United States and number 4 in Canada. It also contains a version of the group's previous number 1 hit from the same album, I'll Make Love to You. So, okay. Wait. That album that this song is on, I'll Make Love to You, was also on that album?
Yes.
Yeah.
So many of their...
Wasn't that a video for that too? That was good?
Yeah.
Dude, in the beginning of this video, you
On
hear
bended
the other
knee.
songs in the background.
Yep.
Like faded. Their number one hits or whatever.
What?
It's all
I don't remember that.
Right before the instrumental part gets plugged in, you kind of hear it, and then like they go into the crystal ball, and then all of a sudden it's like, don't let the water run dry. We just wasted $1 million.
I wonder if I can find how much this video costs.
Go dry, dude. I don't think you heard them after this. I guess maybe you did. They did the collaboration with Mariah Carey, the Hero song.
Yeah, that was nominated the next year, I think.
Dude, Jess knows her R&B.
She doesn't, dude. Yeah, this is why we have her on. She knows her R&B. So listen to this. The video for the song was directed by Wayne Isham.
He had no career after this.
Filmed at White Sands National Park in New Mexico. It features a woman, played by Tyra Banks, finding and holding a glass ball in which the camera zooms in to reveal the band playing both on top of a mound of sand at sunset, sometimes accompanied by a full-strength section. Several scenes feature a rippling effect to mimic water. Banks is also seen running through the dunes throughout. The camera does a flyover atop the sand dunes before landing on the band. In the end, the camera zooms out to reveal Banks holding the glass ball again, this time with the band's silhouettes inside.
Thanks.
Thank you for that recap.
That's Tyra Banks. Dude, when they're running, it's...
Thanks for that recap.
I didn't know that was Tyra Banks.
I did not know it was her either.
No.
She definitely did not. I couldn't even say, like, oh, that kind of looks like Tyra Banks. Like, no idea.
Nope.
Dude.
And like, good for her. She got paid for standing around, which she does anyway. Basically, I think they were just like, we're going to do a Sports Illustrated shot of you in the desert and also shoot Boyz II Men, Don't Let the Water Run Dry. And she's like, all right. Cool.
Dude, I gotta tell you, the artist that this guy who directed the video, he worked with Bon Jovi, Judas Priest, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Kiss, Roxette, Motley Crue, Britney Spears, Kelly Clarkson, Whitesnake, David Cook, Simple Plan, Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Shania Twain, Metallica, Foo Fighters, Nickelback, oh boy, Muse, and like, first of all, Pink Floyd. Okay, this guy is all over the place. Okay, well, and then Boyz II Men. It's like, I'll get this guy who did the Pantera video.
He blew it.
Dude, I feel like this had so much potential because the song,
amazing song.
You know, you could have had a whole storyline of like people just like in a house, it's like living with each other, going to work, not talking really, just going watching TV, putting sweatpants on. Like, there's so much.
I was like, I don't want to watch that either.
All right, now this next shot, put your sweatpants on.
Put sweatpants on.
Here, eat this bag of Doritos. Just kill yourself.
Tyra Banks and juicy sweatpants. People will be happy with it.
Okay. Juicy did not 95.
No, I don't think so.
It would be like
For Us by Us. That would have been FUBU. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter what I said. This video is trash.
Oh my god, dude! I was so disappointed. Motown Philly. I mean, all this. I mean, come on, this album.
And it didn't make me feel nostalgic at all.
It didn't?
No.
Not even the song.
The song, but we're talking about the video. The video didn't make me feel anything.
Set him straight, Jess.
You know?
So it didn't bring you back to the 90s. It just was like, what the fuck am I watching?
I was like, I felt just embarrassed. I felt embarrassed.
Dude, that album.
Get on for the Boyz II Men. She's like, I'm embarrassed.
I had that album. I probably bought it more than once. I love that album.
Yeah, you have a ton of good songs on this. Thank You. All Around the World. The
whole album.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. I'll Make Love to You, On Bended Knee.
Bended Knee. Mm-hmm.
They did Yesterday a cover. They did and this is the video that got nominated. What happened in 95?
Well, I will tell you that this category wasn't around for that long. So this, you know, I think this is maybe the third year they did it. Second or third year. So
that's right. Yeah, so it wasn't around.
For the R&B category wasn't around that long. Okay.
No.
Got it.
Yeah.
They're just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
They're just getting used to it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. They were trying to figure out, like, what do we do here? And I mean, that's the thing. Like, I have some, like, questions even about some of the songs that were on there and be like, is that R&B? Like, even like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out what R&B is too. Like, I'm not the authority on what R&B is, but when I think R&B, I do think Jade. Definitely, that was an R&B song. This song's an R&B song.
Yeah.
There are a few other songs on here that I'm like, I don't know if these are R&B songs.
I think there's like one that I'd consider I wouldn't consider R&B, but I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm already going to put in my vote on this video and just say, this was a bad video. This is bad. Does not make me nostalgic, and I feel bad saying that because I love Boyz II Men. But if I listen to the song, that's totally different. The video, I don't know what this video is. I feel like, by the time this episode comes out, our other episode on the 90s playlist will already have been out. When we were talking about Manny, we were talking about that Aerosmith song. What is that? It's from Armageddon?
Yeah.
Like, if there was
about Aerosmith, because Jess likes Aerosmith.
I'm sorry.
I did like Aerosmith at the time. I don't listen to them.
Did you go to concert? Didn't you go to the...
I went to Aerosmith concert.
Yeah, at Jones Beach, because I went to one at Jones Beach. Terrible.
Yeah. Well, I don't really remember it. I gotta be honest. I just remember, we don't have to go there.
You can, Jess isn't as open as me and Dan, or me.
Yeah, there's some things I had to edit out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know.
But I feel like if you had a rocket ship, like, going into space, like, anything could have happened in this dune. Like, maybe an alien or something, like, would have brought some sort of, like, energy to this video. But a lot of satin, a lot of linen, a lot of wind and weird hand gestures, and just a running Tyra Banks, like, through the desert.
She wasn't even running. They were running. And there was one really cool shot of, like, Babyface playing a guitar, but...
Yeah, his hand.
Yeah. That's why it was cool. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
Yeah.
Although I would say, I guess not. I was about to say I guess it's a little nostalgic of, like, the group shot, but, like, you could say that about anything.
Yeah.
So, no, this video is trash.
Yeah. Jess, what do you think?
Oh,
bad, nostalgic, or does it pass?
No, it's not nostalgic for me. It's just a pretty terrible video. Pretty terrible.
Jess's first appearance is, like, so far two very bad videos.
No, well, I would say I like the Jade video way better than this video. I'll rewatch Jade's video before this video.
Okay.
This video made me sad.
No, I don't know.
You got sad. Jess got embarrassed. I
feel like a music video is supposed to make you, like, feel the song even more, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't feel that way when I watched Boyz II Men, Water Runs Dry. I don't feel that. I feel nothing. I feel empty.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I feel like they could have just even, like, done the video of them, like, singing this on stage.
That's it. Yeah, it would have probably been better.
Imagine going to a Boyz II Men concert where they just sing this song and, like, they bring some girl up and you're just, like, basically watching them sing this girls. It's like serenade them and you're like, yay, okay, now I'm depressed. Cool. Move on to Motown Philly, please.
Yeah, let's get moving.
Start doing some dance moves, because all you're doing is, like, the guy's, like, touching his eye. Don't let the, like, showing you.
That was weird when he was, like, touches his, like, don't let the whatever. I was like, we get it, bro. You're in the desert. We get it. Like, yeah, you're right. This video could have been better if it was like they sat on a stage, an empty venue, stools. They sit Spotlights. There, yeah, and sing the song. Then I'm like, okay, now we're talking. Like, we're talking emptiness and everything. But with this shit,
they spend millions of dollars on drone shots.
Yeah, the people in, like, the symphony had to take probably, like, a yellow school bus all the way into, like, the national park. And, like, it's like, get on the school bus, let's go. It's just like, I'm in a symphony. Like, I'm a professional. We don't care. Get on the bus. We don't give a shit.
I'd like
to see sitting there with their instrument cases on their laps.
I know. No, this is terrible for those musicians. This is Boyz II Men. You guys are selfish. Move on.
Wow, we love you, Boyz II Men, but not this video.
Next one. One of my favorite ones of this category.
Now we're getting it. Now we're getting into some high energy. Now, Manny, why don't you introduce?
I would say the next one is "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan. Awesome party song. Everyone knows this. I would say this is like. Let's not even get into the video right now. I'm going to say song itself, nostalgic as hell, and also still holds up. I'm just gonna say this. The song definitely holds up. Anytime you're at a party, anytime this song comes on, I would say probably 80%, 90%, maybe even 100% if it's a really good night. Everybody's singing along to this song and having a good time.
Oh, definitely. I'll just say one thing. When I tried looking it up, all I had to type was this.
Really?
And it came up. So that just shows you. Yeah, that just shows you. It's still popular. People still love it. And I do too. I loved it from the start. It made me feel nostalgic immediately.
The song itself, when I used to hear the song on the radio, and you just like, it's about to come on, it's like, all right, everybody's just like, this is how we do it. Boom. Oh. I'm like, oh shit.
So good.
I love it. I love it.
This video has the best of both worlds. It has the group shot, the mob dancing, right?
The flash mob, the mob dancing, like
the flash mob. They're just like in a studio dancing, and also what Jess was saying, a story. Like there's something happening here. There's different stories going on. There is a party, and first of all, this is what I'm saying. This is the song that reminded me of going to Jess's house a lot, where we used to have parties all the time, and there was always music playing, and we were always jamming out. Damn, we even used to jam out to Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, which we fucking realize we hate now. But
don't jam to that song.
Still remind me having a good time at Jess's. So I was glad you were on, Jess, on this one, because this totally was nostalgic and loved every scene of this song.
Me too. I love the dancing and I love the party scenes. And then I really love when he's like sophisticated partying, when he has the cigar and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with the story. It's like first they're in their hometown partying like when they were younger, and you can see like as he's like building up, the story is like he's now, like you said, like now he's also partying like a baller. Like at first it was like, and everybody could relate to this. Like you're partying like those who are, like not a sophisticated party or like not in the upper echelon at that point, but you could still have a good time. Like, cause this song like could be.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it. It made me want to be in the video. I wanted to be in that video.
I loved it. I thought it was great. And I love that like there's a part where it's like they forgot to do the drive-by because they were having such a good time.
Dude, that was the weirdest line. I'm like, whoa, what is happening?
Do the drive-by.
But like I loved it because it was, that line made me realize like you could have real positive, amazing party music. And I felt like not only did I want to go to this party, I felt like I could be at that party. Like, I was just like, yeah, this is a house party. I could go to this party, right? But I just want to say one thing that was glaringly in my face, and I had to rewind the video immediately. There was plastic on that couch.
Yes.
I didn't notice
that. Hit me right away.
I didn't notice.
On the couch in the beginning.
I was like, okay, like I get it. Like you're trying to do, but that was a choice you made. You put plastic on the couch. Like, what was that?
I had friends that had parents.
Well, there is plastic on that couch.
I had friends that had a basement area, like living area, and they always had plastic on it.
Really?
You never went to a house that had plastic on it?
I have.
My grandmother.
But yeah, like my great aunt.
Yeah.
My grandmother had those plastic those things you put on the rug. Yeah, plastic runner on the rug. She's like, don't walk on the rug, walk on the runner. I was just like, what is happening?
I know.
You know what's so funny about that is like you never see the rug. Like there's
it
always
keeps clean.
a plastic runner.
That's right.
So it's like, well, you gotta keep the rug clean, but for the rest of your life, you'll always have a plastic runner there. So you'll never see really the nice rug. You'll just say like, there's nice rug underneath.
Like, and then when you remove the runner, it's like a different color underneath.
That's right.
So your rug is effed up anyway.
That's right. You can say fuck. Don't worry about it.
But everything about this, like even what they're wearing when they're in the group dancing.
Love it.
Like,
love it.
Every scene, he's got so many awesome like wardrobes on. Like
that gold necklace that she's wearing at the sophisticated table with the lobster.
I love that table because I was just like, all right, sophisticated partying means fruit plates and lobster. There was a whole half of a papaya on that table, and I was just like, oh my God. I was like, he's smoking a cigar, and there's like fruit plates everywhere. And also, I love this video. There's so much dancing sitting down. So they're in seats and they're just jamming. And they're not just like, loving it, like, head bopping. They were full on hand motions, just like dancing, sitting down. I'm like, there's a lot of hand movements happening. He was into it. He did a lot of hand motions. Montel Jordan was just like crazy. But
and it was also definitely better than the Boyz II Men, like with the teary face signaling. He actually, there was like,
he can
dance. It was better. It just didn't seem so gyrating. It was like, it was good.
Yeah. And he was serious. And like the funny part was like, even though it's a song about having a good time, every time he like looked right into the camera, he was like dead serious.
I wish we could have a party like this. Like, it's like, especially during times like this, like, it's just like,
I know.
I haven't been to a party like this in a long time.
Dude, there's a part where they're playing poker or asshole. You don't know. They might be playing a drinking game. We're not really sure what's happening, but he went to like 4 different parties or 3, maybe 2. What is it? 3 we're at or 4?
I think it was like around 3 different parties. I love how this video starts too. Like it's a cold open, just like the Jade video, right? So there's no music yet. It's just like, all right, we're getting ready. People are putting on makeup, getting dressed, and then all of a sudden, nowhere, it's like, this is how we do it, and making out. And it was just like, that couple is just going at it. Like Montel Jordan's voice, just like out of nowhere, they're like, who's next to me? That.
You can't control yourself. You just start making out with whoever's next to you.
And their clothes they're not even like, it's like, like, we're not done yet, but he just signaled, this is how we do it, let's get moving. It's like over.
It was good. It was a good video.
Such a good video.
Yeah.
So good.
And this was like this was like pre-Kardashian plastic surgery. So like all the women looked like just regular people. It wasn't like inflated body parts all over the place. It was just like,
that couch is outside. That's why it probably has plastic.
Outside couches, man.
Weatherproof.
Oh man, I know. I've definitely been. I think it was your house where you had a couch outside in your backyard for a couple of weekends.
That wasn't by choice. That was someone else.
Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to my roommate at the time.
Should have put plastic on it.
And not my sister.
No, definitely not your sister.
How dare she put that couch outside?
Yeah, I think we used to bring it back into the garage all the time. Yeah, but it was outside.
Dude,
there's a lot of places we used to party at. Wow.
Yeah. A lot of places we used to party at. A lot of places the party would show up.
This is how we did it.
This is how we do it.
Dude, I want to have a party right now because of this song.
Right?
Right now, and it's so good.
But I want to look serious while I'm partying. Like Montel Jordan looks serious. Like he's having a good time, but at the same time, he's like making moves. He's sitting there just like, dude, I'm going from this party to like fruit plates and papayas, and then I'm gonna go wherever that other one. And then guess what? Where the dances are, I'm showing up there. And
but he forgot about the drive-by.
Good.
He's such in a good vibe because so that basically he's just saying you got to get everybody partying to forget about that drive-by.
Got to get people together. A party brings people together. That's what it's about. Party. Dude, Bill and Ted said it best, right? Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. Right? I mean, there you go.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh my God, I love it.
I love his fashion. I love that hat. I need a hat like that. I need his hat. If you ever go back to work in person, I'm going to wear a baseball cap like that and a blazer. I'm going to class like that.
He has it is a really good hat. What about his friend who's like kind of following him around the whole time with
Can we talk about that guy?
That guy. That guy's just a creeper because he doesn't really do anything. He's just like, oh wow, look, like he's got the Gilligan hat on, and
he's a sidekick. You know, you gotta have a sidekick.
Dude, when you look as serious as Montel Jordan, you need a sidekick like that. Like, I'm looking at a picture of him on the Montel Jordan Wikipedia page, and he looks like Nas. He's just straight up like, he is amazing, I feel like. So they said he's an American pastor, singer, songwriter, and record producer, best known for his 1995 single, This Is How We Do It. Jordan was the primary male solo artist on Def Jam's Def Soul imprint until leaving the label in 2003. And right now he's a worship leader at the Victory World Church in Georgia. So he left music to become a pastor. Well,
dude, do you think he sings this song?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Changes the words.
Oh.
I guarantee you he does. I guarantee you he wrote some lines for church.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing.
This is how we do it. Jesus Christ is the one that we do it with.
Oh my God. We're getting canceled.
All right.
I will say
go ahead.
One more thing is that it's a perfect video for the song.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with that, Jess.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a little bit about the song. The song is representative of the hip-hop soul style popular at the time, featuring Jordan singing over an enhanced sample of Slick Rick's children's story, which in turn samples Bob James's Nautilus. This Is How We Do It peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on April 15th, 1995, rising from number 6 the previous week and displacing Madonna's Take a Bow from the top spot. It remained at number 1 for 7 consecutive weeks. It was also number 1 for 7 weeks on the R&B singles chart. The single sold 1 million copies domestically and earned a platinum certification. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
I love this video. I love this video. It's perfectly 90s. The song is amazing. The dancing, I love the dancing. You know, the women and the guys dancing all in black. I love that. I loved it. It was great. Crop tops with shirts underneath the crop tops, all sweatpants. I love it.
Vests.
I love it.
Vests.
The leather vests.
Don't forget the vests.
The leather vests.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna jump in rate. I'm gonna say
go for it.
Passes with flying colors.
Oh shit.
Nostalgic and here now. Like
I agree unanimously.
100%. 100% agree.
Montel Jordan's video, This Is How We Do It, still good. Still good today. It's like way passes the nostalgia test. Unbelievable video. Oh.
All right.
I almost just want to keep talking about this video. Like
if you're listening and you haven't seen this video in a while, just go watch it. It's a good time. Plus the song is just rocking. You know?
Pause the podcast, go and watch this video and come back.
Do it on a Friday night because it adds to it. It adds to it when you say it. Like, I'm gonna actually make my niece listen to this at a party, and I want to have her like report back. How did it go?
You want her to go to a party
and put it on.
Put it on. Okay.
Yeah. She's still partying. She's friggin' just graduated high school. They're partying all the time. So like, I want her to put it on. Yeah. She's the wild card in the family that brings it around. She says she's safe. I'm like, yeah, you got a mask on, I'm sure. But I'm gonna text her and be like, because she likes all 90s and early 2000s. Like she's like, that's oldies for her, So she's into it. She loves Celine Dion for some reason, and Whitney Houston, which can't really blame her. But
got to get into that Tony Braxton new album. Tony Braxton's put a new album out.
I would doubt that she doesn't know this song, right? I don't know.
I feel like everybody knows the song.
If you don't know Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It, then you're not doing it right. Okay? Because that's the pull quote for the episode. That's it.
That's it.
Put that on a shirt.
That's right.
You're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right.
So think of, because like,
you're forgetting.
First of all, when I started singing this song, when I was like listening to it and also singing it after I listened to it, I kept saying it incorrectly. I kept going, "This is how I do it," and I'm like,
Well,
"This is how you do
that's the
it."
COVID version. It's like you're having a party with yourself.
This is
how I do it. You start dancing yourself and getting champagne and the papayas out.
Dude, you got to get those papayas. When I saw the papaya, I was like, when they put the video together, like, and they decorated the set for that period, that video part, they were like, all right, let's slice some melons up. There's cantaloupes on that plate too. And then they were just like, all right. And
how did you notice the papaya?
Dude, it's huge. It's like, this is a non-visual medium, but like it's big, okay? And then in the middle, it looks like berries. That's what a papaya looks like when you split it open.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case you guys all don't know what a papaya looks like, Dan just give you some facts on papayas.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Give us some stats.
Image of a papaya.
Can you give us the stats on
Give
papayas?
Us some stats.
How many papayas All right.
Dude, what about one last thing? That girl that was dancing in the beginning of the video with just the white shorts and the white vest and just a white bra on.
Was she had a bra or a sports bra?
She looked good, though. She looked good.
But that's what I'm saying. This is all pre like that crazy Kardashian plastic surgery, right? Like now, if you redid this video now, it would be. I don't know if I would want to watch that video.
No, this video cannot be redone. Do not remake this video.
No one
unless we're remaking it. Unless we're having that party.
There you go.
That's right.
That's right.
Dan, I'll start dancing with the white bra.
That's the next thing. That's going to go on our YouTube page. We're going to redo these videos.
Yeah, when we start doing videos. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Whew.
Sal.
This is how we.
I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about the next one, even though I like both artists. Actually, I like their music. Personally, I'm not really sure I like either of them, but I don't know how I feel about the next one.
So, really?
Before we say it, how did you guys, when you first realized you had to look at it, were you like, oh, I remember this being cool. I remember this being good. What did you remember?
Go ahead, Jess.
I remembered it feeling like very futuristic and maybe ahead of its time.
Okay.
I remember them using a lot of special effects, and it was like a big deal when it came out. I remember that.
I do recall that part, and I also remember seeing like this is kind of like when all the close-up shots of like 90s videos came in. This was kind of is this the song that you guys thought that shouldn't have been in R&B?
Actually, I mean, I had some questions about Montel Jordan's song being R&B, but then
really,
I don't know because I don't know.
I didn't have questions on that. I had questions on this one because
this one was definitely the biggest question.
This one to me was like more poppy. Like this should have been like a pop video. Mm-hmm. So guys, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about Scream. Scream with not the movie, but with Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, which I was excited to watch because remember it being cool that they were both together. Because I always thought growing up that they didn't get along. They really looked like each other in this video.
Holy shit!
Somewhat sounded like each other. It was just definitely so much CGI in this video. But
it didn't look bad to me. It didn't look like dated.
Dan, give us the facts on this before we go for it.
Scream is the lead single from Michael Jackson's 9th studio album, History, Past, Present, and Future, Book 1. It is a duet with his younger sister, Janet, and was released as a double A-side with Childhood as a solo song by Michael. The single was released on May 31st, 1995. Now I'm going to skip all the way down and go. The corresponding music video remains one of the most critically acclaimed. It won 3 MTV Video Music Awards and the Grammy Award for Best Music Video at a cost of $7 million. It was listed in the Guinness World Records as the most expensive music video ever made. However, director Mark Romanek has refuted the claim, saying that there were 2 other music videos from the same era which cost millions more than the video for Scream. So there we go, $7 million. That's a $7 million video.
Before we go, why would you spend that much money on a music video? You're not making money. I guess back then that's how you sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how you sold music.
Yeah.
Because,
wow. That's how you got it out there.
Wow. Dude, $7 million.
At that time too.
In '95, that's like a $20 billion video now.
Crazy. I wonder what two videos cost more than this one. I wonder if it was Boyz II Men, Water Runs Strong.
Yeah, it's got like 25 helicopters in it. It's like the Boyz II Men video cost like $20 gajillion because they had to fly them out to that. Like,
what's crazy is that this is just two people in this video.
Yeah.
The $7 million was spent on computers,
but most of it's green screened in a way. They green screened a lot of that video.
I thought it was cool with the dancing on the floor and then the wall and then the ceiling. Like, I mean,
yeah, I thought it reminded me of Dancing on the Ceiling with Lionel Richie, except a lot more updated version of it. Like, you know,
and creepy as shit. Like,
you know, like with Lionel Richie, you could see that they were like waiting for the room to like turn because it was like mechanical. And here they were probably just like, we'll just walk over there. We'll just put it in the green screen. You know?
Yeah. It was a really cool video to watch, but then as I watched it, I immediately was reminded of like every other video that then like bit off this video immediately. I mean, this video is like an NSYNC video. These are like Britney Spears did a video very much like this. I mean, everybody did videos like this after this video came out, and I was just like, holy shit! Like they totally robbed this video, but as an R&B video for in the R&B category, that confused me because I was just like, I don't know, Montel Jordan, I guess, yeah, it definitely was way more R&B. Jade was an R&B song. Boyz II Men, that's an R&B song, and then this was just like, this was a weird choice to be in the R&B.
It does feel more poppy to me. Definitely.
Very poppy. Yeah. Like right away, it's like, and then first of all, let's just say this. You need to lower your speakers before you play this because it's like bass on this is set to blow your speakers up just in the beginning, like that like big bass sound that like comes out before the glass shatters and he goes and then it goes into it. You've basically destroyed your speakers. So maybe Sony was like sponsoring this and they were like, break everybody's speakers so they buy more. So we get our $7 million back.
I don't know.
This is crazy, man. I was like, that was crazy. It was really loud. I feel old saying that, but the dancing in this was perfect.
I thought it was very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the visual, the black and white, the fact that it was black and white, because you got like the shades of the gray and like everything was so defined. The things that weren't graphically put in there, like it was so like deep. Like her eyes coloring, everything.
A lot of contrast. A lot of contrast.
Yeah. 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 Do you remember how for a little bit like videos would come out, like be debuted on like even like Channel 5, like after The Simpsons sometimes, like that other Michael Jackson video, black and white, like black or white, that came on after The Simpsons one week. I was wondering, did this come out like that or was this released on just through MTV or whatever?
I don't know, but I remember it being a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Jess. Like, I remember this is like, when it came out, it was like beyond ahead of its time.
The song and the video. And the fact that they're together. I mean, dancing.
I thought that was a big deal, right, back then?
They hadn't been together since 1982. Like, they hadn't done anything since 1982 together. So it was a huge deal for the both of them to be on a song, in a video, doing something together.
Wow.
I like the scene where they're like playing the futuristic Atari game together. So they're being like very like brother and sister, like, you know, just playing video. I thought it was really, I guess, cute in a way, like the symbolism of that. Like that they're just like, you know, they were just like kids and they're just hanging out. But then in the middle of like, this is a pretty big thing that they're talking about. There's like injustice in the world and whatever, and it's like driving them crazy.
It's also about the pressure and stuff that's happening with him too, like, you know, how the tabloids and everything were kind of working his story and kind of like, you know, putting stories out there about him and the feelings about that as well. There's a lot going on in this song, and I feel like there's a lot going on in the video about that, breaking all the stuff that they break and, you know, destroying stuff, and also the idea of like being stuck inside these boxes. I mean, it was all really symbolic. You know, it was really quite telling as to like kind of what they were trying to portray in the video and the song. So I thought it was really both together, like really well done. And it kind of at points was like kind of creepy because it was also very telling by the way everything kind of also had unfolded then. And then also just the idea of like celebrity and how much more is happening with like, you got TMZ and all these other, fucking vampire like people and like shows and so-called journalists doing all this stuff and like really putting pressure on celebrities to kind of be this kind of product. So I thought that was quite interesting.
Because Michael Jackson, I mean, he was like a product like his whole life, pretty much.
Yeah. So it was really, I mean, the whole video was very layered. I mean, to me, it was just like a great visual experience to watch. But knowing that, like, also when I think of the Britney Spears video, and I forget which song it was, I'm like, oh, like, do all of these artists that all of a sudden get pretty much destroyed by the industry make a similar video?
We weren't talking about when she was on Airplane Stewardess, were you?
I don't know. I thought there was a video where she
airplane box. Which one's that, Jess?
I don't remember.
But NSYNC did it too. They did a spaceship type of thing when they were in the
But anyway, that has nothing to do with Scream, really.
I'll tell you this.
Welcome to our podcast, Jess. Nothing ever. I mean, does this have anything to do with Radio Flyer? I have no idea yet.
No.
Dude, so hold on. So I'm watching the Oops I Did It Again right now, and it does start off that she's going on like a mission to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It has to do with space.
So it does have to do with space, so maybe you're saying that. But like, as I'm watching it, I actually want to at one point do this as a test because this video has nothing to do with what she's singing about at all.
No, zero.
No, absolutely not.
What the hell is this?
But that's what I mean. Think about it. Okay, even though, can I just say this? Out of all these videos, even if we look at all these videos from 1995, and even saying Boyz II Men's video, what the hell was that video? It was boring and whatever. At least it was still a little more contained than some of the videos that have happened after these videos, right? Like that video that Britney Spears has done. What is that? Like it has no like on the Mars, and then all of a sudden she's not in Mars, or I don't know. And then
someone's giving her the necklace, and she's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
The Titanic.
Yeah. Why is he giving her the Titanic necklace on a spaceship in Mars? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean,
play of what was going on, right? That movie had just come out.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We are not doing that movie on this podcast. I'm not watching.
I would love to. All
right. Well, if we do that movie, then you're coming back on the podcast, then, Jess.
I want to do Titanic because the fact that we all sat and watched a movie that's like 2 hours long when we know the ending.
2 hours. It was way longer than 2 hours.
Like 3 hours long, and I saw it in the theater many times.
So did I. I did too.
3 times.
I also saw Pearl Harbor in the theater. That movie was terrifying.
Oh, that movie was fucking terrible. Another thing is, have you seen the?
Are you still watching this Britney Spears video?
The Britney Spears song. Baby One More Time. That's a bad song, and it's a terrible video. Anyways, back to Scream. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We went on our little tangent, out, right? Our radio flyer tangent. No, probably not.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, I didn't mention this, but Janet Jackson is beautiful in this film. They shoot her extremely well. I don't know. I'm sure there was some sort of, I don't know. Was she naturally this beautiful back then? I assume.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like she does look a little crazy to me though. Like with it looks a little crazy to me. Like her body looks really good, and like she is beautiful. But
she looks like she. There's so many things where she grabs her own like breasts all the time. I mean, there's that poster where she's topless.
Yes.
And then like in this video, she's doing the same thing,
grabbing herself.
Yeah, guys, and then Justin Timberlake, that exposed her to everybody.
That's right.
It's so weird, like the kind of things, like looking at that, being like, "There's a pattern here of some sort."
It's her thing.
Yeah. She
had to out crazy her brother in this video.
Well, I mean, he's Michael Jackson. I mean, we don't have to go into like how Michael Jackson looked, but he looked healthy which was great to see a healthy Michael Jackson singing, acting, and dancing. That brought me back to some of his older videos and being like, okay, I remember watching like Smooth Criminal and like Billie Jean and stuff like that, and like seeing a Michael Jackson that's doing his thing. And this was a great song and a great video. It's funny, like they're talking about some of the influences that this video had as well. Some of the other videos that were influenced by it. Scream was a creative influence on other music videos, such as the 1999 release of the award-winning No Scrubs by TLC. This influence was also present on the 2008 release of Shawty Get Loose by Lil Mama and Chris Brown. Reacting to the comparisons made between the videos, Mama explained, "I feel honored because that was one of the initial goals, and I feel that it was executed well." She adding that the emulation was intentional, but that Brown was the only logical choice to step into Michael Jackson's role. Ciara and Nicki Minaj's music video for their single "I'm Out" was heavily influenced by the video by referencing the all-white scenery and attire. Tyga's 2018 released music video "Dip" featuring Nicki Minaj was also heavily influenced by the video. There's a lot of other videos, even if it wasn't the other ones I was talking about as well.
And you got to give it to, Michael Jackson's creativity was insane and always ahead of its time.
$7 million.
And they're dancing.
As an artist, I would say he was always ahead. So I thought it was great. I thought it was excellent dancing. All the different times that they do like a duet dance moves together, like especially when they're like towards like the end when it just goes instrumental. Oh, I thought it was phenomenal.
That was great. Yeah, I love all the breaking of shit too. I love that.
I thought it was great. I thought, we're going to keep saying it. Do not think it belongs in this genre. Jess, I think you're right. Like it was the third year then. Maybe they're still kind of trying to figure out R&B, but like, cause like, oh, where do we put these people? Like, why? Because
no, they won 3 other awards that year.
Yeah, but they won pop.
They won best music video, best pop video, I think, and they won 3 other music video awards.
Why was it in? I don't think it should have been in this category. In my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it should have been in this category, but it won.
It's not rhythm and blues. This is like a whole other feeling of rhythm and blues. Like there's so much just pop reference in this. It's rock. Even.
I mean, there's even guitar riffs.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not babyface guitar riffs, but
no, not those.
Like Aerosmith shit. Like this, like it was definitely a high BPMs and everything. Like Jesus.
Yeah,
I thought it was well produced. That's for sure. The transitions weren't cheesy. The graphics that they used weren't cheesy. Like even watching it now, like I thought it was good.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great.
There's a point where Janet Jackson's like standing up in front of a urinal.
Yeah, I like that part.
That was a great statement. I thought that was a cool statement when she's in like the observation room or whatever.
Yeah, but like you're in space. Like, is that urinal really going to work? I mean, like everything else is.
I don't know if anybody was thinking that far. I mean, whatever.
$7 million. You got to think, like so I mean, how are we voting on this one? Does it pass the nostalgia test? Is it just nostalgic, or is it Three Musketeers bad?
Definitely not bad. In my thing, it passes the nostalgia test, makes me think about then, and then it also, I think it holds up. I mean, I think the song's good. I think the beat's good. Like I don't.
And the video.
It definitely for me passes the nostalgia test, but it doesn't really make me feel nostalgic. I just feel like I'm listening to something like that I would hear today.
Okay.
So it passes the nostalgia test. The video passes the nostalgia test, but it doesn't make you feel nostalgic. That's interesting.
No.
It was so ahead of its time that it makes just not even think about that time because it was actually only really produced to come out today.
Right. Like
that's how it feels.
Right. Like WAP comes out and then Scream, the video for Scream comes out like in the same year.
I'd much rather listen to Scream.
Than WAP?
Yeah. Definitely.
I agree. I think it passes the nostalgia test. This is one of the strongest music videos I've ever, it was amazing. Way ahead of its time. Finding out that this cost $7 million, that makes sense. I wouldn't expect anything less from like Michael Jackson or Janet Jackson. I mean, if someone said this video only cost $150,000, I'd be like, what? Like you're if it's Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, you're spending
Millions.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He spent $1 million just to get there, and then probably had to pay his sister to be like, "Would you be in the same room as me?" And she's probably like,
"Oh, these two made a ton
$100 million, sure."
Yeah, I mean, this was a big money. This was a big money video. Well, people, we've now come to the last nominee of the Video Music Awards, Best R&B Video from 1995, and it is.
Let Jess introduce it.
Oh, go for it then, Jess.
So the winner of the 1995 Video Music Awards R&B category was TLC Waterfalls.
Jess, what are your first reactions? First of all, anytime you hear Waterfalls.
Well, anytime I hear Waterfalls, it actually brings you back to a moment in time. One of those moments, you know how time passes you by and so many days pass you, and for some reason, when I hear Waterfalls, I think about being at Splish Splash on Long Island, standing and waiting. I think about waiting online and hearing that song. That's
really
1995.
It takes you back to a specific
time, to a specific place.
Wow. Splish Splash? On what?
Splish Splash.
While you were waiting online, it was playing in
yes.
the...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool because you probably are thinking about the people you were with.
Yep.
That, were you singing the song or it was just always in the background or something like that?
No, I was singing. I love this song. I thought the song was great. The video, I thought it was really good too. But for me, the song really hits a spot.
I think we're going to go back to what you liked about some of them was like Scream didn't really have a story. I mean, I guess it had a message, but it was just really cool visually, whatever. Like what we were talking about, how we hated Don't Let the Water Run Dry because there was no story. This had perfect sections of stories. Like you understood. This thing was like, all right, we're going to take the song and we're going to make it a movie.
They made it a movie.
Like having characters. There was 2 short films in this, and I thought it was done really, really well. I thought, didn't have all the graphics that Scream had, but when I heard people talking about waterfalls, I'm like, yeah, they were like walking on water, like them dancing, and they were only doing like some basic moves, but I was like, man, they must have been tired with those stilts or whatever they were standing on, because you could tell they couldn't move that much. They were literally balancing on something. And then I was like, oh, this is great. I didn't remember the what seemed like the abyss graphic of them like looking like aqua,
clear, like water. Yeah, that was a little cheesy.
The Abyss,
from the Abyss.
I love that film.
I just watched it recently.
What?
I did because I did.
Ed Harris, he's had one of the best careers because he stays like at a playing field where you're like, he's not really in the limelight, but he's been in some really good freaking movies.
Amazing.
And he's been supporting actor in a lot of them. And he does I think Ed Harris is one of the better actors of our generation. He always stays like under the radar, and he really gets really good roles.
Yeah.
So anyways, Abyss, great movie. We need to test that one out, Dan.
You do. And it's good. It's still good. It's so good. Yeah, I cried at the end when he's like writing her on his arm through the machine that he's writing. Yeah, I cried.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, that was such a crazy movie.
Or when she dies, right?
Yeah.
And he has to bring her and then bring her back to life. All right, but back
spoilers for Abyss.
Sorry.
Yo, but I remember that movie had this graphic in it, like the water thing. So it was cool. I didn't really get the beginning with the plane. Like, did they crash down in the water? Or you just like saying that you're looking above the world and you're just going to these different stories that are going on? So I wasn't sure what the plane had to do with it. And like,
honestly,
that's here nor there.
When they're in the water, it really doesn't do much for me. No, like, the storylines with the 2 storylines of the kid and his mom, that made me sad. That brought all the feels. And then the guy obviously gets AIDS
HIV, 3 letters.
The stories are still relatable to plenty of people out there.
Oh yeah.
But them dancing in the water like that, not.
But you have to have, back then you had to have so this had the best of both worlds. It had the Boyz II Men aerial shot.
You're right.
The Boyz II Men helicopter drone shot. And so they didn't have to go to the desert for this. They literally probably were like what looks like the Truman Show set.
Yeah.
And they were like
in the back when he hit the wall where the stairs were.
It's like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
So like they had to get that shot in, and you had to get like, what were they gonna do? They weren't gonna act in it, which I kind of liked that they weren't in it.
Yeah.
Because it took you to another, like you were watching a film. You were watching a little film with soundtrack going on, telling you the story of what was going on. You know, the mom trying to stop the kid from, being a drug dealer, being friends with bad people, and she couldn't do it. And then her whole life is like trying to chase after this kid that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. That's the truth.
Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
It's a message.
First of all 3 of them wearing different things, their own style. Dan, I know you're waiting to say it because I know who you like out of the ladies.
Oh, Left Eye is the great. She's so great.
She's
my favorite. She's my favorite.
Favorite?
Oh. Yeah, she's my favorite. She's got one of the best voices. She's raps. Everything about Left Eye was amazing. I mean,
R.I.P. Left Eye. R.I.P.
Her story is tragic. Well, she was killed. In a car crash while she was doing charity work in Honduras. I mean, she has quite an amazing story. People should look it up. She was an unbelievable artist, but also humanitarian in person and stuff. And she died really young. But I felt like
I did not realize you were that into Left Eye.
My favorite.
Yeah, she totally is. Her fashion, everything about her is so awesome. I remember at TLC. I mean, how can you, when you have a group, right? You have to, I mean, there's always one person in the group that you're just like, that's my favorite person in the group. I mean, right? I mean, come on. I mean, Manny, who's your favorite person in NSYNC? We already know.
Lance Bass.
What? That's what you said.
I mean, mine would have to be Joey Fatone. He's hilarious.
JT to the max, bro. Come on.
I like JC. JC
Savage.
Yeah, I liked him.
What about Aaron Carter? Didn't he just have a softcore porn from Backstreet Boys?
Oh, dear God.
Anyways, back to TLC.
This video, first of all, I want to say this, that immediately when the song came on in the video, I somehow my brain just started remembering all of these talks in school when this came out, or stuff, or just the idea of like the connection between this song and condoms. Like constantly, there was like this message of like wearing condoms that was connected to this song. So forever in my life, when I hear this, I'm just like, that's where there's this weird like, connection and relationship for this song. But obviously because of the one part of the video when that guy has sex with that woman with no condom, gets AIDS. I mean, he was holding the condom.
I know.
He was holding it.
She's a serial killer. Because if you notice, first of all, she takes the condom away, right? And then the photographs, it's her and then like all of the boyfriends she's been through.
All different men.
Mm-hmm. She was giving HIV.
And that was during that time is when HIV was a real huge problem. It still is, but I feel like they don't talk about it as much as they used to. No. It's not in your face anymore like it used to.
Around that time, was that when Philadelphia came out?
I have to look that up.
Around then. I think Philadelphia came out before this video, but
yeah. But around that time, there was a lot of PSA work behind it. I'm sure whoever was like politically around, they really wanted to make it a thing. And you're right, like it was rampant. And this was crazy to see because if you watch this part of it, you're like, she doesn't even care. She's basically literally okay with giving her boyfriend HIV because obviously she's gone through a lot of them in the video. You see the photos are just changing left and right, and like she doesn't care. This lady serial killer inside this movie, and that's what I'm saying. How great this video is! Like we watched 2 movies, and like what are they? 30 seconds long,
and it was sad.
I know, beginning, middle, and end, and you're like, holy shit! It was sad. It was sad,
especially when they show the mother at the end walking down the street, and he's like, "Hey, look at me."
Yeah,
that hit.
That was was upsetting. I mean, well, just like Philadelphia came out in 1993, so about a year or two before this. I know the song came out in 94, and the video came out in 95, I think. But this video forever will be, connected to those things. And when I watched that part of the video, I just was like, kept thinking in my head, I was like, bro, you're holding the condom. Put it on. Like, what are you doing? Because it was just, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Like, it was so maddening to see that. But then, like, that's the message. Like, you're, something that you, like a simple decision. That was like what I was like, that simple, like event, right? You don't go down to the corner. You don't, you put a condom on, like you'll be alive, right? Those simple, like life decisions you make on a daily basis. And, but chasing after something that's unattainable, that's like you can't control or can't hold on to. I mean, that's why this whole song and video was just so well done. I like what you said, like the dancing. So when I was watching them dance on the water, I was just like, okay, yeah, they can't move. There's nowhere they can go. They can't two-step it. They can't do anything. They literally couldn't move their legs. They were just like,
it was weird. It was weird.
Doing this weird movement. They're like low. They're like,
I feel like they were dancing as if they were like glued to wherever they were like told to stand, right?
Yeah.
Because you figure that they're not in deep water, right?
No,
like,
I don't think
video.
so.
So like, why couldn't they splash around? Maybe it was the point, like they didn't want to get that to be the distraction. Yeah. But if you keep watching it, you're like, their legs are in pain. Like they are bored as shit going. It's like they might as well be sitting and dancing like Montel Jordan. Like they were just.
Like, he was having a time.
Yeah, they were not.
No,
but like
there was no papayas in that video.
No, there was not one papaya in Waterfalls. There were no papayas in Waterfalls. There was just sadness and truth. That's all.
Dude, at the end, she even dies at the end because her photo fades away as well.
That's right. Yeah.
We watched 2 films.
Sad video, but good video.
Oh.
And Jess, I agree that the water is kind of cheesy. Like it kind of ruins it.
I gotta be honest. Like I don't know about you guys, but after watching all of these, did you think like should it have won? Or
so this video only cost $1 million.
500,000 of it was for the Abyss.
Yeah.
Special song.
So the song,
because they had to put waterfalls in it, right? Because at one point they were like, "All right, we got to be in the waterfalls," and like, but they're not even in the waterfalls. The water graphics of them are in the waterfall, so you don't really even see them in the waterfall.
What would happen if the water ran dry?
Shut up.
You get Tyra Banks holding a crystal ball, walking through the desert.
Yeah, you get thrown on that desert that Boyz II Men is in with the guy who directed the Pantera video.
Oh God!
So before we get into it,
can I just say a few things?
Do you think it should have won, Jess?
I just want to say a few things about this video.
Oh, did you do facts yet? Did we do facts?
No.
Okay.
So the song tackled issues of illegal drug trade, promiscuity, and HIV and AIDS. Jared E. Nolan of BMG noted that Waterfalls was the first #1 song ever to refer to AIDS in one of its verses. The accompanying music video for the song reflected its socially conscious lyrics. With $1 million budget, the video was an MTV staple, credited for giving the single much of its success. It stayed atop the MTV Video Monitor chart for over a month, making TLC the first act to ever achieve this feat. The video won 4 MTV Video Music Awards in 1995, including top honors for Video of the Year. TLC was the first African-American act to ever receive that trophy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was written by Waterfalls is an R&B song written by TLC member The Left Eye with Marquez Etheridge and Organized Noise, who also produced the song. You know, she's also provides a rap in the middle of it as well. You know, she had a lot of writing credits on all these songs as well. I mean, she's
super talented,
quite an amazing writer. But yeah, just a great video, an amazing group. Probably to me one of the best female groups probably of all time.
I liked it. Jess, I think you asked whether you think it should have won.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like,
what do you think? Jess is like, I still like Mariah Carey. Why wasn't she there?
No, I think that it definitely sent a message, and it definitely made you feel something when you were watching it. It wasn't just like you said, no storyline, just somebody dancing like on a sand dune. It was good. It was good. Out of the choices of videos to win, I think they chose right. I think it should have won.
Yeah,
yeah.
I definitely think it in the R&B category, yes, because Scream doesn't even belong in there. But it also won that year, like Dan, you just said, like it won Video of the Year, and I think the message had a lot to do with it. I mean, yeah, the Scream video was phenomenally like produced, but I think the fact that you were able to have two films into one little song, I understand why they chose it. It wasn't just a music video; it was an actual film.
And the acting was good.
Yeah, I believe the guy. I mean, he definitely had AIDS or HIV.
Okay, can I just? Okay, you're a weirdo, dude. Best video. So, Video of the Year. The nominations for Video of the Year that year, 1995, was TLC Waterfalls, Green Day Basket Case, Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson Scream, and Weezer Buddy Holly.
See, I would have picked Michael Jackson Scream for the Video of the Year.
I still think I would have chose.
Can you say those names again?
Yeah, but I also want to, like, there's a lot of, oh God, we have to go through the whole 1995 list. I mean, there's so many problems in my opinion. But TLC Waterfalls, Green Day Basket Case, Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson Scream, and Weezer Buddy Holly.
Okay. We haven't watched that. We haven't watched them, but I'm going to kind of go off the cuff of remembering, like, all of them. I remember Basket Case was basically them just staring at the camera that was, like, kind of above their face. And they're, like, singing it, like, you know, obviously in, like, an insane asylum. So I understand why that got, like, best rock, but, like, doesn't even, why is it on the list for best video? It was just whatever. It was shot nicely. I remember the colors being very contrasting and fun to watch. What was the other one? The Foo Fighter, not Foo Fighter.
Weezer Buddy Holly.
I like that but I thought it was just kitschy because the fact that it was like Happy Days, right? Like they like dressed like Happy Days and they were pretending.
I remember
the effect was that Fonz was there and watching them play at the restaurant that they used to.
I love that video. I remember that video.
Yeah, the video was good. That video was good. And what was the other one, Dan?
Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson Scream.
Okay. Wait. So Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson was also nominated for.
They were nominated for Video of the Year. They were nominated
for R&B. That's how they used to do the nominations back then.
At R&B, they were also nominated for the best dance video, best breakthrough video. They were nominated, but Weezer won that. I would have to disagree with that.
Really,
dude? Here's the thing.
You didn't like the Weezer one?
I think I don't like Weezer, so I don't care anymore. Like best direction, Weezer won again. Over over Scream and Waterfalls.
Bullshit.
They won.
Waterfalls should have won that.
Weezer won Best Editing over Green Day, Scream, and Waterfalls, and I Kissed a Girl by Jill Sobel. Weezer took home quite a few.
They were huge back then. They were huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
Sure. They were.
I think we hit the button. No, he's not going to vote for Weezer because
Dan did not like Weezer.
I like Pinkerton, but now even then I haven't listened to Weezer in a long time because I think I'm just so.
I think you guys need to do a episode.
A Weezer. Dude,
I do.
Please don't.
Dan's going to come out. Dan's already going to be angry.
Like I have to listen to that song. Like, come on, we all know that song was trash. Like, I don't want anyone in here to think that song was good.
Come on, it was great. It was a fun song. It was fun. Damn, it was fun.
I think you used to play Weezer. You used to
Yeah,
play
I did. Of course. I also had Creed CDs. It doesn't mean that like I like that like that I would listen to it anymore.
Creed, you and Joe Grimaldi.
I remember you used to love Creed.
Cat threw all those albums out. Threw them all out. Gone. So yeah, I think TLC should have won that. They definitely won. In my opinion, the vote was right. They, best R&B video TLC. I also think that they, video of the year. And the reason I think it was the right vote for video of the year is because it was a video that encompassed not just a great song and was visually amazing, but it did something. When I watch a music video, I don't really always need a message, but I feel like I need a story.
Mm-hmm.
I need something to be told to me. There's got to be some sort of thing for the video, like an impact, like some sort of impactful moment for the video. And I feel like TLC did that. And I think that Basket Case, I mean, like it's funny, but like,
so
video of the year, it got a nominee for video of the year. What?
How do you feel about the video? I'll do anything but for love, but I won't do that by me.
Dude, I watched that video the other night because you ruined me when I was editing that fucking episode, and I watched that video and I'm like, this video is garbage. And let me just say one thing: you got it all wrong. It's not about cunnilingus. That's not what. No,
that's what he said in the interview.
No, he didn't. In the interview, he said, what it is everything that I said before that. I wouldn't lie, or I wouldn't do this, or blah, blah, blah. It's all the lyrics before that. But because he said the songwriter that wrote the song loves to write a ton of words, he said that shit got lost in the verses. So no one knew what it was at the end.
Oh, that's what he said? I heard that there was a rumor that he said he'll do anything but cunnilingus.
No.
On a woman. But let's go back to that video being an awesome ballad video. It was Beauty and the Beast in live.
Are you talking about Meatloaf video?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He said, we're talking about one of the greatest videos ever created, TLC Waterfalls. And then Manny's like,
talking about Meatloaf.
Fuck.
It is my guilty pleasure, Jess. You're going to hear about it in the episode that's dropping tomorrow.
I can't wait.
It's my guilty pleasure.
Well, not tomorrow.
I'll do anything.
It's already dropped.
Oh, it's dropped?
Well, because when this episode comes out.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Right,
yes.
Right.
By the time this episode comes out,
episode 12.
You'll know that one of my guilty pleasures is my love for Meatloaf.
Wow.
Weirdo, I swear.
Wow.
Dude. Yeah, and I'm looked at weird because I think Left Eye is the best member of TLC, which she was the most amazing member of that group. And it's like, oh, damn, that's weird. Weird. They're talking about Bat Out of Hell 2. Like, Bat Out of Hell 2. The man didn't even have the ability to name that album something else. Like, Bat Out of Hell 2, man. I'm going to, whatever, I'm Meatloaf.
He performs ballads, bro. Ballads.
Ballads?
I lie for you, and that's the truth.
Shut up.
I don't like him.
Thank you, Jess.
I don't like
Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Jess. No one likes Meatloaf. I think everyone has to agree that no one likes Meatloaf. I don't know how he got past the fucking
either.
How did he get past that area where everyone's like, is this a good band or not? And it was like, yeah, Meatloaf. Dude, his name is Meatloaf. Like, this is not fair. Jade is way better than Meatloaf. I want to jam out to Jade and shout out to every member of Jade. I'd rather listen to Jade than sit there and be like, oh no, where's the murder? He didn't even have to dress up like the Beast. He already looked like Beast. Like they put makeup on him every day for that video. Some poor son of a bitch had to go, why am I putting makeup on this guy?
Oh my God.
He looks like someone who's he did. That guy. You ever see him? When you look at him, you're like, this guy's a rock star.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm gonna have a heart attack right now.
Fucking Meatloaf.
He looks like a truck driver. And they were just like, hey, you sing pretty good. What do we call you? Meatloaf?
Face for radio.
What?
You had a face for radio.
Okay.
This is how we do it. Montel Jordan, amazing.
I would say, all right. So we're gonna wrap this up. I would say though, the song out of those 5 songs that were on there, I think Montel Williams' song is Montel
Williams.
Williams.
No, you son of a bitch.
We should review that show.
Dude, what I want to do is we should do a nostalgia test episode of talk shows and watch Ricky Lake, Montel Jordan, Jerry Springer, Richard Bay. Anyone ever watch Richard Bay? That show was amazing. Jenny Jones,
Maury Povich.
Oh yeah, and Sally Jesse Raphael. Yeah. Richard Bay, come on.
Richard Bay was terrible.
What about Phil Donahue?
Oh my God, dude, that show. But yeah, Ricky Lake. Come on, who didn't watch Ricky Lake? I used to go home from school and put on TV like Ricky Lake's on. Yes, love that show. I love Ricky Lake. Last episode, I talked about how I used to call when I was a kid. I called Whitney Houston lipstick, and now I'm telling people I love Ricky Lake. I mean, this is not happening.
Dude, everybody loves.
This is crazy.
That's what you went home for, to watch Ricky Lake.
That's why you went home. You're gonna go to extra help after school, bro. Ricky Lake's on.
That is Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah. Fuck the Regents.
Where'd they get us now? We're hosting a podcast that 10 people listen to.
You guys are killing me.
Hey, you can't always have a calculator in front of me. It's just like the future, you assholes. We got you.
Oh my God.
Fuck that. What?
All right.
Never drew a graph ever again.
Listen, Jess, it's past Jess's bedtime. We're gonna have to get.
It's way past.
That we go into these random modes.
I just want everyone to know that even though some of these videos are terrible, all these songs were fucking great.
Yes.
I disagree on the Jade one. I thought
it was good. That lyric is great.
Dude, exactly. It is so great to turn. It's like 5, 4, 3, 2. Yo, time was 5, 4, 3. I was like, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, put it on, turn it up, turn the video off, and just enjoy life.
I will agree. I'll take that back that it was terrible because right before we went on, I turned it on and I was like, oh, this is jamming. Like I was dancing in my before we went on.
I can't wait till we do live shows.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, but yeah.
But yeah, TLC's passes, right? I mean, we could say, right?
Yes, TLC passes were flying colors. But I would say that my, honorable mention of just an awesome song that will be played over waterfalls would be This Is How We Do It. I mean, that's just a great song.
Yeah, I mean, well, TLC and then Scrubs. I mean, TLC was just a powerful group.
Scrubs.
That Red Light Special, isn't that thing too?
I think so.
It is.
Yes. Yeah. Before we go, what's your favorite genre of music and your favorite song? Like your go-to.
What?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, well, lately or ever?
Kind of ever. So, what's your favorite genre? First of all, what's your favorite genre to listen to now?
Reggae.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Bob Marley and the Wailers. Peter Tosh.
You ever listen to Third World?
I have.
Yeah, they're good too.
So what's your favorite song?
Ever?
Dude,
I don't know. I don't have a favorite song. What the hell is that?
You still into U2?
No.
You're over it?
Thank God. Come to the other side, Jess. Exactly.
No, but my old bedroom is covered in U2 posters.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. That's what my parents did after I moved out.
They just
made a shrine?
It's there's a little, couch in there, and then there's a bunch of U2 posters signed by them.
You know who really loves U2 is my aunt and my uncle Bobby.
Oh.
Well,
love U2. Yeah. As much as your parents do, I think.
I believe it.
Yeah.
They're around the same age, probably.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But favorite song, dude, that's impossible. That's impossible. You're asking me. I said, don't put me on the spot. What's your favorite genre and your favorite song? I don't know, man.
Jess, Team Wayne's World or Team Bill and Ted?
Wayne's World.
No, come on. When's the last time you saw that movie?
A while ago.
Okay, go back.
But I did try to watch Bill and Ted recently, and I was not amused.
Boo. No. Wait, you'll go back to Wayne's World. The first 15 minutes is the only worthwhile part to watch.
All right, I'll watch it. I'll watch it again. I will. Just like I'm going to watch Ninja Turtles again, too.
Oh.
Because of your episode.
That episode was great.
The episode was great.
That episode made me like that movie because I was not really for it in the beginning, but
I was a huge Ninja Turtles fan. My whole family was. My mom made a Ninja Turtles costume for my brother, like a shell out of paper plates and like spray paint. It was sick.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. It was sick.
Dude, they recently came out with a Netflix show about like toys in that era.
Yeah.
And there's a whole episode on Ninja Turtles, like how that marketing came about and how like they had zero idea how much the Ninja Turtle toy line and action figures and like just everything about Ninja Turtles was going to blow up. It was like beyond their control.
I wish we could have kept some of that stuff, you know?
Yeah, I had so much.
My dad made me sell all of it.
I had the Ninja Turtle. I had the Ninja Turtle pizza truck. They used to shoot pizzas out of it.
Yes.
I think I remember that. I do remember that. Yeah, that's crazy.
This is how we do it. Oh my God. Well, this was a great time.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for agreeing to come on and staying up late with us because we usually do this until like 2 a.m. So we went a little earlier for you.
Yes.
Appreciate it. I do.
Usually we start at 11 and I'm here until like 2 and like my eyes are like, oh, and tomorrow. And I always somehow have to brew the next day, which means I have to be there at like 7 a.m. Kristen's like, you're not getting there. I'm like, no, I have to go. Yeah. So
thank you so much.
We appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. Yeah. We'll be testing you.
I had a blast.
Excellent. We'll be testing you again.
Yeah. Titanic. If we're doing Titanic, you're coming on.
Oh, yeah. If we do Titanic, you're invited.
Please.
Yeah. If we do it, you know we're going to make fun of it. Even do you like it?
Titanic? Yeah, it's a great movie. What are you talking about?
Bullshit. Okay, we can't start that now. I'm not sitting here starting that conversation on Titanic right now. No way.
All right.
Till next time, we're gonna wait a little bit on movies, but you're gonna go on that one because I'd like to test that one out. I liked it.
Let me know.
It'll be me. It'll be the East Coast versus the left coast on this one because I kind of like that. You
should ask Kevin. Has never seen Titanic.
Kevin?
He's purposely when it's on TV turned it off because now at this point he doesn't want to watch it.
Good.
So you should have him on here.
Don't watch it. Just like I'm never gonna watch Avatar.
You've never seen Avatar, Dan?
No, who cares?
Again, seriously, last thing. There was a list that came out of like movies that are good yet people only watch one time, and I think Avatar was on that list because it's so long and there's so much going on that you're like, that was good, but I don't need to watch it again.
I'd rather watch Water Runs Dry, honestly, than Avatar.
Wow.
That's the planet after Avatar. I don't know anything about Avatar, but I can probably say that like if anything happened in that movie, it's like, where are we? Whatever planet Avatar was on, and this is it. It's like Boyz II Men running through the sand dunes being like
There's Jess's review of the Avatar. It's so bad it's even not as bad as Water Runs Dry.
No, but thanks again, guys.
Absolutely.
Right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. We'd love to hear your opinions about these music videos. We're going to leave the links to all the videos in the show notes, and hit us up on Instagram and Twitter and tell us what you think. And did we get it right? And and sign up for our email list. Join our email list.
This is how we do it.
Boom. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Please subscribe to the Nostalgia Test podcast to know when new episodes drop. Don't forget to leave us 5 stars and a positive review so more people can find the podcast. Share your thoughts and memories on today's topic on our Twitter at Nostalgia Test and on Instagram at The Nostalgia Test. Tune in next time because you never know what pop culture will pop up on The Nostalgia Test.